So I just saw this video about essentially how you treat people and life is it'll come back to you at some point, even if it's just on your deathbed or in your old age. Somehow it's gonna, it'll get you. Might not get you in your workplace. It might not get you here, it might not get you there, but it's gonna find its way to you. And I don't know. It was just interesting but it was specifically based about in relation to people that leave their kids. And I was just sitting here thinking, as much as my kids, or I think most people kids are kids. They will stress you in ways you've probably never been stressed. If there's anything in your life you have not dealt with, I suggest you get a therapist, because if you birth a little you're gonna have to learn to deal with whatever is in you, because it might be in your kid. So you're gonna have to deal with that. If it's something in your spouse you don't like, or whoever you had a child with you don't like, you gonna have to figure that you're gonna have to deal with that too. You're gonna have to deal with whatever you don't like, most likely through your child, because the children do not care. They do not care, okay? They don't care. You know how I know children don't care? Because how they come into the world. If you really cared about me, there got to be another exit plan other than that one, okay? It got to be another exit plan other than that. You can't tell me that if you really cared about me, there is not another way, okay? If you've ever seen a Nature Planet video or whatever they call it, it's so many ways. It's so many ways that animals are born. So we already starting out rough, okay? I'm sweating. I'm gonna tell you right now, I had my kid. I had my first son. The cord was wrapped around his neck. His head was like a cone because he was stuck in the he was almost there, but the cord wouldn't let him go. So he was stuck there for a minute. So I gave him cone head for a while. They had to give him a different little hat because it was it had to calm down. And he was late. He was late. My daughter, she was early, but she pooped in there. And she hurt her head being nosy, trying to see who was gonna catch her. Girl born with trust issues. And then he tore me. She did. I'm just here to tell you, it's got to be a better way. Cause with both of them, I pooped. But with her, I even threw up. I felt so bad. The nurse lady, she walked up to me, cause they're not gonna let you eat or drink nothing before, cause my water broke, and so I knew they wouldn't. Yeah, so I was already at the hospital. Wasn't gonna let me have nothing. I done popped my daughter out. She's like, "Oh, here, you can have something to drink now." I was like, "I don't know, cause I've been pushing so much." I was like, I don't feel too good. I couldn't even really breathe the oxygen. I wasn't feeling too good. I got a sip to drink, and it was almost over with. Almost threw up right there. I was like, "Oh!" I said, "No, I got it." Threw up on the night. I said, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." I mean, luckily it was just ice water and I think a Powerade or something like that. And they were nice to me because about it. I mean, what you gonna say? I just popped something out the unnecessary way, but I'm just to sum my point up. It's got to be a better way, okay? It's got to be. At this point, I done lost every fluid a person can have, okay? It's got to be a better way. But I mean, you're gonna have sleepless nights. I mean, after all that trauma, assuming you don't need any other surgeries or anything else, you don't have to be cut or anything else. You don't have to, there aren't any other complications or whatever. Because I had some complications. I had epidural with complication with my son, and I had to stay in the hospital a while because one of my legs wasn't unnumbing. It was still numb. I think it was my right leg. And so I had to wait in the hospital for like, so pretty much I went in on like, I don't know, like Sunday or Monday, and I didn't leave until like Friday because it took a while for that leg to come back. And so I was there for a while. But yeah, man, I just, it's gonna be hard because then you go home, they cry all the time, they want milk all the time. I breastfed. Oh my goodness, the pain. Then my daughter, she had like thrust, so I had to use like a breast pump, and it was just, oh my gosh. So it's just, it's so much work. It's you come out the gate, hard work, sacrifice. I ain't never been so sleepy in my life. You're almost hallucinating, and then my kids are kind of clingy, and they want to do what I do. And the best way I ever heard a lady say it: toddlers are helpfully unhelpful. Whatever they are trying to help you with, because they want to help. Good luck. But I say all that to say I wouldn't pass it up for one red cent. I wouldn't give it up for one red cent. The absolute concept that there are people out here that it's like, I've just ran into some very interesting situations and some interesting people. Um, I don't know. I wouldn't pass it up for one red cent because they're my favorite little people. Their personalities, like, I wouldn't change one singular thing about my life. Like sometimes people, they be ugly to me because I'm sick, and they know that my illness kind of circulated around my pregnancies. Like my illness is like coming and going or around my pregnancies, and they be like, "Oh, you stupid! You should have just, had an abortion, or like you just shouldn't have had the kids, or your life, you have more money because." I had to, with my son being autistic, especially I had to make some job changes, but also just having kids in general, you have to take some L's if you want to prioritize the children. And I'm like, but then my thing is in my mind, I'm like, I can't make those gears turn. Like, I wouldn't want to do one thing different. I may not like your dad, but whatever I did in life to get my kids to be how my kids are, I wouldn't want to do anything different that would alter how my kids are, if that makes sense. Like, I wouldn't want to be like, oh, let me wait a couple years and then be more successful and then try to. What if that gives me a different kid though? What if that gives me a different personality? What if it gives me a different environment that doesn't cultivate the little awkward, quirky kid that just randomly starts breakdancing in the hallway and the goofy other little kid that follows after, and they're just jigging their way down the hallway because that makes perfect sense to them. What of us being a little broke, a little poverty might be what we all need. I don't know. I like my kids the way they are. I couldn't imagine them being any different. And if it comes at my expense because I didn't pick the best guy, if it comes at my expense because my health isn't too great, I mean, I'll pay that price. If it means I have to sit here and go to court because they don't want to pay child support, or they want to sit here, and I go toe to toe. I'll do what I have to do as an adult. If it means I gotta get ridiculed, like, oh, you did da da da. Okay, talk about me if it helps you feel bigger. I don't care. It's worth every red cent to have my children. It's worth every red cent. I don't care what none of these mofos talking about. I don't care, cause at the end of the day, we all gotta go anyway. I don't like. I can't compute. I can't compute. Why does it matter to you? Like, I don't under, I don't even understand how you approach someone and feel so confident and arrogant to suggest that I'm even try to make an impossible change to try to get better materialistic results over my real life children that God gave me, that God may not, he didn't have to give them to me. It's people out here trying every day to have kids, and God will not give them to them. It's people out there that want their kids back right now because their kids either made a poor decision, or an adult around them made a poor decision, or their genetics just were not good. So unfortunately, like I'm telling you, health be out here taking children out left and right. There was nothing a human being could do. Nothing. It was just in the cards. And they would they would move heaven and earth, like, to have their child back. And how those parents get up every day, I admire them a lot. Like, I really do. I admire them a lot because I could not imagine something that unimaginable. So yeah, like I just have a lot of respect for people like that. People that have lost their children. It's not the natural way to lose your children first. I don't care what the reason is. I don't care what age they are. I don't care, goddamn, 70 something and you're 50 something. Which, by the way, I've seen. My grandmother passed before my great grandmother when I was younger, with strokes and stuff. But it's like, yeah, I love my kids, and people can get bent if they think I care one little bit about what I have to pay and what I've had to suffer, whether it means asking for government assistance or getting help or taking a lesser paying job. What the hell do I care about my college education over my kid? Why is that all that matters to you? Why are you so arrogant? Why? My kid means everything to me. I do not care. I've cleaned toilets with my college education. I don't care. My kids are everything. God's given me everything. I've enjoyed everything that the Lord's put before me. I've got to sit at the table and I've got to exit the table. Jesus is good and my children are good. And it's just like, I could not imagine. And so it's just like, I feel sorry for people that feel like they need all that to feel like there's somebody. But yeah, I absolutely adore my little terrorists. Oh, 'cause they're terrorists. They're terrorists. Oh, they're terrorists. You're not safe with multiple kids in a house. And let me tell you something, if you are safe in a house with multiple kids in that house, like they're just all quiet and they don't talk, and I'm not talking like autistic don't talk, I'm talking these are like normal everyday kids and they're all quiet and they all just sitting there drawing. They're drawing murder plans, okay? They're drawing murder. You need to go check their room. They building something. Nah, if we're talking like normal healthy kids and they just all sitting there with their coloring pencils, you need to check everything. You need to like be drug testing your food. You need to be making sure you doing right by them children, because them not, nah. They might have like some X-Men powers or something. They talking about something. Siblings don't just always get along. Nah, not a house full of them. Nah, somebody don't like somebody in that house. Somebody done took somebody's toy. Somebody done took somebody's favorite marker. Somebody done sat here and was like, oh, I'm gonna get so and so's toy, knowing daggone well that's the one toy you don't need to get. Nah, you need to sleep with one eye open and have some security cameras.